Dale Elliott Jr. Oh my goodness, what a show. How do you feel?
I'm glad it done.
You're
I'm glad it done. Yeah, but I love the we've been I get some good turnout and some good reception from the people at England. So I really like it. I appreciate the turnout and the support I've been received from England.
Okay, because I was going to say you seem to love being in London. What is it about? Yes,
No,
you
me not
do.
gonna lie.
Yes, you do.
Not even for the interview, me gonna lie. No.
Well, we're here and now. So
London
thank
is
you.
London is beautiful people. I love the people here.
Right.
I hate the traffic.
You hate the traffic.
With everything in my life.
Talking about your life, your performance consists of a lot of your upbringing in Jamaica. Now, is there a moment in your childhood that you can tell us that has shaped you to the person that you are today?
Yeah, the as in the set, reborn from that. How me have to turn my life around when that did happen. Me can't tell them about the set count I forgot. And I somehow not soon see it. But yeah, that was definitely like a momentum, like a big change in my life.
Yeah, yeah. So in the film, going back a little bit to Sprinter, it was both personal and powerful. How much of Dale Elliott Jr. was in that character?
Busy!
Yeah, you're a very popular man. I think that's why the door keeps knocking. But yes, so how much of Dale Elliott Jr. was in the character? Sprinter?
Not having any parents make it be very truthful. Me having a background in track and field, making it very truthful. Me never scammed before though. I wasn't a scammer, but yeah, the character not having his mother there and but there was not the scamming part never, but me high school and also me is a girl's man. So what happened to him where the girl is concerned, that wouldn't happen to Dale in a real life. Cause Dale in real life a gal is. You know what I mean?
You sure about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dale in a real life would have more cooler.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So talking about Dale, former self, if you were 17 years old, what advice would you give to Dale?
I would tell myself to what me I don't know. It's just you see, me not really have no regret. Me feel like my life turned out exactly how it's supposed to turn out.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not that how I want to turn out. I kind of just enjoy the journey, based off of when I start. I start social media when it wasn't really as popular as it is now. I got through a whole heap of changes. I felt like I grew on the internet.
You sure did. You've got, I believe, and if correct me if I'm wrong, you've got like over 113,000 subscribers. Is that right?
Yeah, so I have like numbers wise, yeah, I have a whole heap of social media.
Yes, TikTok. I know you're on all of them.
TikTok, IG, yes. But overall, I have over 1 million like subscribers and followers.
And how does that feel to have all of those people following you?
It feels good, but it feels better to see them in person because anybody can click. Anybody can click and watch and like it, but the greatest thing is when you put on a show and you see 700-800 people turn up. So
like tonight.
Exactly. So we work with that more.
So tell us, you've got a world tour on at the moment. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I wrap up UK right now. I did some countries in Europe.
Okay, so your world tour, Son of an Immigrant.
Yeah, Son of an Immigrant.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Son of an Immigrant is just more me, more personal. Involves a lot of family, involves a lot of life-changing moments. And being an immigrant now is like, we are getting a different level of, it can be fight, we have a level of pride now. I live in the States now, and immigration is such a big thing right now. So it's just me, I'm proud to be an immigrant. Move to America, I do it the right way. Me get it the way I'm supposed to get it. Me as a US citizen. And first world countries are great countries, and we as immigrants, we come to these places to better ourselves. And all we are criminal. When I come here, we are come here for just live the first world dream. So it's a good time now as an immigrant to step out and make them know, say, yo, we there and we are so influential in you guys' societies, and you can't take away out time. If you don't take away out time, you take away the whole culture.
True.
And I wouldn't care we here in the first place. We never asked to come here. No, I wouldn't take way up and carry with this, so we have to work with it for the rest of our life.
So with that said, when you've had a long day after working on one of your shows, What would you say is like the Jamaican
With
dish
like
that you? Well,
food.
I was thinking food.
I mean,
The Jamaican dish you'd go to.
so, like food. No, someone have an appetite before my show, but no, like on the show finish, me
Yep.
eat like some like oxtail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Me like listen to music though.
Yeah.
So like now the drive home,
Mm.
me I go listen to my grandmother always used to play. I mean the song was like I think to be a man.
Oh yes.
'Cause
Oh,
I
you're
was
talking
born
my
a man,
tune.
and I
Okay.
deserve the right. Yes, me like just
Okay,
drive
like
go home.
any other. Yeah, I won't
Any
sing.
other.
Yep, yep, yep.
Mm.
Okay, so
My
that's what you like.
resistance is getting weaker. Yeah, me
Okay,
just
okay,
like
so that's what
wind
you
up.
like. Yeah,
Like
that's
I'm a
your
wind
wind
up.
down.
Yeah.
So rather than food, which is wise,
Music.
you've got your music. That's
Mhm.
great. So tell us a bit about you. That's something that if people would be surprised to learn about yourself. What would you say it would
I
be?
am good in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Mhm.
You know, me very interested in film.
Mm.
I own a production company in Los Angeles where I own a bunch of camera equipment. I rent them out. I shoot my own stuff. A lot of my tour is self-funded.
Mhm.
I started my first 2 tours, No Hard Feelings and Bad Pitney.
That's right. You were here last year with No Hard Feelings.
Yeah, I went to Leicester Square Theatre. Now I come back under the Soho Theatre and Indigo. So, you know, obviously me I grow.
Yep.
Yeah, but I wear a lot of hats and I wear the business hat as well as I wear the comedy hat. So a lot of people would see me on the stage, but I am also involved in everything that takes place behind it.
Okay, so I've got a couple of questions just left because I know there's lots of people waiting to see you.
Mhm.
One of them being, so as a comedian, is there anybody that you would love to work with? For instance, you know, team up with like Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle. Maybe you've been with them already. I don't know. Tell
So
us.
I've seen them before. I wouldn't really team up. I would like to meet them and speak with them, but I think comedy is so different where you don't really people don't really team up like that. I think people meet and we talk or we would probably do a show together.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things is for collaboration. So outside of the stage,
Yes.
I would like to film with them
Yes.
or
Yes.
skits or stuff like that. But we're like comedy is more tricky where yes, I would definitely work with them on film and stuff like that.
Of course, who wouldn't?
Exactly.
So where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Either more acting, directing, or maybe something new?
I see myself, you know, as a CEO, expanding my brand, expanding my company, managing young talents. I really have a soft spot for youths, especially young men that's want guidance, want people, and I feel like I can facilitate as long as I have the funds and the know-how and the means to make certain people learn things, especially in the world of film.
Yes.
That is my passion.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing this because it sounds pretty exciting. So 3 words that describe Dale Elliott Jr.
Stubborn.
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 Never.
No, stubborn, consistent, and delusional. Yeah, that is me. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know if I believe those words.
Trust me, I'm stubborn.
You sure?
If you want to take out stubborn,
yes.
Discipline.
Discipline,
okay. Consistent, and delusional. That's me.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, and you can catch this young man, son of an immigrant, worldwide. We're talking America, we're talking Canada. That's right.
America, Canada, UK, we go Amsterdam, we go Rotterdam, we go Belgium, we go Ireland, we go Paris, we go Germany.
You're moving around. He's going around the globe. He's, just watch out for him. So what would you like to say to your fans, if anyone's watching right now? There might only be 1 or 2.
I don't know if hey, people, big up on yourself, just make you know anybody can do it. You're just do it though. Time you think about it. Time I pass before you know it, you're all. Can now me at 29.
Yep, you are.
Yeah,
and you still got a lot of time left.
Yeah, everybody have one heap of time left. But as I said, we need to use the time that we have. You know? Big up Reggae Chat Global, We're there, come out and watch a show and everything is nice.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're out.